Again, want to thank everybody for coming out here, in particular Mayor Benjamin and the other elected officials from the County Council out here, our friends from Spirit Communications, and Karen Coltrane from EdVenture. We're out here today to make an announcement regarding a partnership between the team and EdVenture, and also to give you a little bit of an update on the progress of the great facility you see going up around you. I won't take a lot of your time. I'll turn this over to Mayor Benjamin to welcome you here, and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Isn't it wonderful to be at Spirit Communications Park? It's exciting times. I know that so many of us ride up and down Bull Street or Colonial or Hardin Street on a regular basis, and you have no idea of the incredible work that's being done back here by CCEB venue partners. It's exciting to be here on behalf of all of us in the public sector, and my colleagues here from the County Council as well. We see emerging from the ground of Bull Street the finest venue in minor league baseball right here today. We're excited about this, and we're excited because early in this discussion we talked about how meaningful the partnerships that would be developed as a result of baseball returning here to Columbia, and today we have the ability to announce such a partnership. So it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce Brad Shank and Karen Coltrane.
All right, thank you. Well, I know that I speak for everybody when I say that it's exciting to be in a ballpark, and it actually feels like you're in a ballpark. So we want to tell you a little bit about some things that we've been working on. And like Mayor Benjamin said, one of the biggest things we want to do is find partnerships within this city and find ways that we can help to build this community up even more than it already is. And one of those ways that we do it is a benchmark program that we do with all of our teams, and we've had great success with that. We will have our Fireflies Reading Program, and that's something that we've started to get out to the elementary schools. Completely free program, and that's one of the biggest things. Free is always a good thing for people to hear, but this is our way of getting out in the community and telling kids it's important to read. We set up this program through the schools and through the educators. They can vary the levels of reading and goals that the kids need to have based on their grade level or based on their reading level. They're going to read their way around the bases, and then when they get to home plate, they hit a home run, and that's when they get the big grand prize. With that, they will get a free ticket to a Fireflies game, a free meal voucher while they're at the game, a grand prize when they're at the game, and then we are also really proud to announce that they're going to get a free pass to EdVenture to head over and enjoy our wonderful children's museum here in Columbia. So as we came to town, we actually met up. I met Karen at Soda City, I believe, and we started talking, and she said, we've got to find some ways to work together here. I can tell you that there's nobody more passionate about this community and about continuing to help for it to grow, and especially young people and building them up. So I'll let Karen talk a little bit more about what EdVenture's doing and about this partnership.
Thank you very much. We're thrilled to be partnering with the Fireflies. Just personally, I'm a baseball mom and a baseball widow, so on a personal level, I understand the excitement that baseball brings to families in a community, and it's very aligned with the audience that comes to EdVenture. So there's a lot of partnership opportunities, we believe, between us and the Fireflies, but this one was the most obvious, and that is this very well-designed reading program fits perfectly with our kindergarten readiness and school preparation literacy initiatives. What we know is that if children can't read by about the third grade to level, they struggle in school for a long time. So we recognize that literacy, while we do a lot with STEM education and a lot of other education, literacy is really the fundamental. You have to learn to read, and by fourth grade you start to read to learn. So very focused on that area. So this helps us in our efforts to help the Midlands community have children that are ready for school, ready to learn, and reading. So we're very excited. Anytime you can take the excitement of baseball, the excitement of a children's museum visit, put it together, we know it's going to be motivational for children, and that more reading will happen throughout the Midlands as a result of that. So we're very, very excited to have this partnership. And now I'll turn it back. Thank you.
As Karen said, the exciting thing about this partnership is we feel like this is going to help for us to be able to extend across the entire Midlands. This is something that in other communities, we've had over 100,000 kids who have participated in these programs in other communities and have taken advantage of this and have taken the incentives to come out and enjoy a game at the ballpark after they hit these reading goals. So we want to continue to help turn the tide and keep kids going in the right direction. And if we can play a little role in that, then we're being good stewards of this great facility that we've been given. So I'm going to turn it over now to our team president, John Katz, with a little bit of a ballpark update.
Thank you, Brad. When I woke up this morning, I did not expect that I would be on a construction site wearing a sport coat and work boots. But this is a great day. I'm so happy that all of you are here, able to join us to celebrate the partnership between the Fireflies and EdVenture as we continue to grow our reading program, but also to have an opportunity. For many of you, this is the first time in many months that you've had an opportunity to come out and see the progress that is Spirit Communications Park. So I would like to recognize, of course, we've got our naming rights partners here in Spirit Communications Park, Gray Humphreys and Greg Guerra over here down the end, Roddy, I think Patrick's over here. Thank you guys for being here. There are some very important folks from the construction process that I'd like to personally thank and also recognize. CCEB Venue Partners has made all of this happen behind us. We've had great guidance from the city, and really, our project manager on the city side, Gregory Tucker, who's been a tremendous benefit both for the city on this project, for the Fireflies on this project, and I think also for CCEB. So, Gregory Tucker, thank you very much. I'm not going to say too much about Mr. Greg Hughes because I'm going to introduce him in just a moment, let him come over and talk about the wonderful things that Contract Construction is doing on this project. But I'd also like to say hello and introduce James Mitchell from Barton Mallow and our Senior Supervisor, Dean Slate. I'd also like to say hello and welcome Nate Spells from Construction Dynamics and recognize our partners at Enviro Ag Science. At this time, I would like to introduce Greg Hughes. Greg Hughes is with Contract Construction. He's done a phenomenal job. Again, the partners that were pulled together to build this great facility, they're truly partners. They're partners with each other. They're partners with the city. They're partners with us. And I think one of the person who best exemplifies that spirit of partnership is Greg Hughes. So Greg, if you'd like to come up, give us an update, please.
Appreciate that, John. It's not just CCEB performing on this job. The City of Columbia and Hardball Capital have been extremely good partners on this project, some of the best we've ever worked with. They asked me to talk a little bit about numbers. Some of them are kind of scary to us going in. $37 million facility in 7,272 hours. That's how long we have to build this. If you want to get your calculator out, that's 10 months, that's 43 weeks, and that's 303 days. So we've tackled the challenge. We started out moving 65,000 cubic yards of dirt, of which we only have 7,700 left to go. 12,000 cubic yards of concrete, of which we only have about 2,700 left to pour. 700 tons of steel have been completed. 5,000 tons of gravel are in place and finished, all fighting historical rainfalls as you've all experienced in the city of Columbia. Kudos goes out again to Dean Slate. He's here every day in the trenches through the rain, mud, heat, and cold, and so I really appreciate his efforts. Proud to say we're currently on time and on budget. We will strive to maintain that. It's all due to the local subs and suppliers that we've been able to recruit for this project. A neat point is everyone working on this project except one subcontractor is within a 20-mile radius of where we're standing. So we're really making an impact on the city of Columbia. We're also making an impact on the workforce. We teamed up with the Columbia Housing Authority and local labor company here, and we have 14 graduates of a 4-week program we put them through that are currently working on the project, and we're placing them permanently with subs wherever possible. So again, thank you for letting us be a part of this ballpark. We're looking forward to opening day on, I believe, April 14th, correct? Thank you, and I'll turn it over to questions.
And yeah, any of us up here happy to answer any questions you all have. And again, thank you for coming out and braving the cold weather.
First of all, I want to thank Greg Hughes for stealing my shtick. We were on time and on budget. I figured I'd answer that before Chris Trainer asked it. So we're excited. We're not slowing down. April 14th, we're playing baseball here at Spirit Communications Park, and we'll see. I think most of this region will see for the very first time the incredible promise of Bull Street. The numbers have been very clear from the very beginning. The very early economic impact studies we saw commissioned by the Greater Columbia Chamber of Commerce, conducted by Harry Miley, have indicated that at full build-out, which at that point we expected to be 20 years, and it'll be much shorter horizon, I'm convinced, than that this development will have a $1.2 billion economic impact on Columbia and on the Midlands. We're excited about that. We're excited about what these multiple partnerships between the public sector, represented by the city and the county, our wonderful private sector partners, not just the builders, but with Spirit Communications as met here, and the best operators in the business and the hardball and Columbia professional baseball, and with the Fireflies will mean to not just the private sector, but to nonprofits and wonderful children's, the development of our young people like EdVenture. Chad, we've always had a very bold vision, not just for Bull Street, but for Columbia, and that it's unabated. We won't slow down, we won't stop, and quite frankly, we won't let anybody stop it. I don't anticipate it, but the decisions made to provide infrastructure for Bull Street and the decisions made to build this baseball stadium were very tough and some would say controversial votes that passed by the slimmest of margins. And if you go just almost anywhere around the country, we're seeing baseball and multi-purpose venues like this, and I've been to several, and this will by far be the most significant of them. They've helped change the economic fortunes of downtowns. They've helped drive some incredibly exciting activity. Every one of my colleagues, every mayor that I've sat with, has told me that post introduction of baseball, post the incredible economic growth you see, it's very difficult to find any detractors. So 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it'd be very difficult to find anyone who is against baseball and against Bull Street. I believe that firmly.
Well, the team that will ultimately play here will be in spring training through the beginning of April. The way that minor league baseball works, we will probably get the roster of who will actually end up on our team just a few days before they play their first game, which will be on the road. So the team will be in town, April 3rd? Yeah, so the team will arrive here April 3rd. We would hope that by then they'd be able to get out on the field and have a practice, but the truth is there's not a large window between the end of spring training and the beginning of their season. Yeah. Sure. I mean, it is our hope. When we say opening day is April 14th, it is our hope and intent, and I think that of everybody up here, that we're not still doing construction on April 13th. We expect to be done with some time to spare. I think it would have been more time to spare, had we not had some of the historic weather that we've had. But we got started at the right time, and Greg Hughes and the CCEB team has done a tremendous job, keeping us on schedule the entire way through. So we've been able to weather that and feel like we'll still be done with a nice cushion before opening day.
Sure. I had the opportunity to visit Fort Wayne and see the incredible venue there that these gentlemen manage. I've been to Birmingham and Durham as well, and I think this is going to be second to none. I'm excited about what it means, not just as obviously a baseball venue, but a multi-purpose venue, but also most importantly as a catalyst for all the other private sector economic activity that we expect to have here on Bull Street and across the Midlands. And Chad, back to your previous question, I hate to miss the opportunity of having all these cameras here and not say something else. The campaign's over, so we're excited to talk to two newest members of council. I'm eager and excited about working with them. They've been both been very positive. But we're about to announce our fiscal year 14-15 economic numbers, budget numbers. This will be the sixth last 7 years that we've had a budget surplus, between $2 and $3 million budget surplus. Unemployment's down 40%. We got our second in a row award of excellence in financial reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association. $1.3 billion in economic investment in downtown Columbia. Police department that's humming and the vanguard of social change. I want to see what anyone wants to do differently than what we've been doing. We're kicking butt, and I'm proud of it. We're going to stay the course.
I'll also say, in terms of the caliber of the venue, Kelly, our ballpark, the one that the mayor visited with us, it's about 2 years ago now. That ballpark about 2 months ago, for the fourth time in the last 5 years, was rated the #1 venue anywhere in the country in minor league baseball. The fifth year in there, in a complete travesty, we were rated #2. But what we've strived to do here is figure out, we've lived with that venue for 7 years. It opened back in 2009. Every day that we were there, we've thought about, hey, what could we have done differently here? What do we wish, if we had a chance to do this over again, what would we have done? So in our mind, what we've done is taken the best venue in minor league baseball, and our entire strategy here was to figure out what ways we can improve upon that. So we have every faith and confidence that this will be among the best, if not the best, venue anywhere in the country.
The best. In the park or on Bull Street? You don't see Bob Hughes standing up here, do you? I would tell you, I think I made a statement that Kinsey tweeted a couple of weeks ago that everyone really ginned up and excited. We're gonna see some developments over the next few weeks that show the vision for retail and commercial development here on Bull Street, and folks will be really excited about it. Really excited about it.